So wake up, Mr. Freeman.
It's me, Gordon.
Great Scott! Gordon Freeman!
Dr. Freeman, I presume.
Gordon Freeman.
Hi, I'm Exocron. Welcome to my channel Exocron Games and to Half-Life 2. So for me, yesterday, 20 years ago, Half-Life 2 saw the light of this world at Valve. So Gabe Newell and his team created a milestone in our hobby, in our gamer's life. Because on the November 16th, 2004, Half-Life 2 get released and brought us a lot of things that was never seen before. Like the many water things, the whole physics things, the gravity gun, the destroying some parts of destructible environment. The AI, a new AI director that is way more going along with the player when he's struggling with the game, even if you choose a different level of hardness of the game. So, and also Half-Life 2 was like a kickoff after Half-Life 1 for Steam. Even Microsoft struggled with the online activation of Windows XP back in time. But Half-Life 2 changed this. Every player had not problem to use a game online. And especially here in Europe, with 56k modems and ESDN, DSL connections, it was struggling. But everyone was going after this, like a rat race. And also many other things that came with this game, like Counter-Strike, that we know. Of course, Counter-Strike existed before, but it exists until now. Team Fortress 2, Portal, Garry's Mod. So many things. The community is so big. Online you have so many mods. Even the workspace, the market on Steam is so huge, and so many people creating everyday maps, mods, still for Half-Life 2. So my hope is that we will at some point see Half-Life 3, because it's an awesome game and the story is not finished, not now. And I hope my only concern is that I hope that Gabe Newell will live as long as possible, because what will happen after that? I hope that he managed everything in this direction, but still, with Gabe Newell, this company is an awesome company. Some people will not think this way, and it's okay. I still think that it's not so bad. It could, of course, made some different steps, different direction, but still, it's a very good platform, very stable platform, and give us a lot of joy over the years. Okay, so let's start Half-Life 2. If you want to see, we will play around 30 minutes or so, beginning. And if you want to see more of the gameplay, just move on to Exocron Raw, our uncut channel. And of course, there is right now ready or nearly ready developed Half-Life 2 for RTX. So I will play it too, also Half-Life 1 and also the add-ons. And we have also here Half-Life Episode 1, Episode 2, and on the extras, Half-Life 2 Lost Coast, the tech demo DLC, gameplay DLC. And of course, on the 16th, Valve released on YouTube a documentary about the development of Half-Life 2. And in the end, you have some sneak peeks for Half-Life 2 Episode 3 and Half-Life 3. So, yeah, just if you like, watch it. Link into the description. And we move on. And as a bonus, they patched a lot this time for Half-Life 2 for this anniversary. You can play this game and at commentary mode. We will try it out. And we start a new game. Sorry, the overlay is in German. Don't worry, the gameplay will be in English. We start.
Rise and shine, Mr. Freeman. Rise and shine. Not that I wish to imply you have been sleeping on the job. No one is more deserving of a rest, and all the effort in the world would have gone to waste until... Well, let's just say your hour has come again. The right man in the wrong place can make all the difference in the world. So wake up, Mr. Freeman. Wake up and smell the ashes.
Okay, so we have still some overlay in German. I don't know why, because we changed it. Gameplay. We play it on normal. Okay, it's English. Audio, it's English, but still somehow we don't have aim support. We will see. Don't worry.
I didn't see you get on.
Yeah. Press E to interact.
No matter how many times I've been relocated, I never get used to it.
So you see this bubbles.
I'm Gabe Newell, and welcome back to Half-Life 2. It's been a long 20 years since its release. In this anniversary update, we've tried to respond to as many of the community's requests as possible. And while this might not be the absolute #1 request from fans, I often hear how much people would like a commentary mode, so we're excited to finally make that happen. Not only was it a challenge to remember many of the details of Half-Life 2's development, but it's not easy to crack open decades-old computer code and wonder what the hell you were thinking way back then. Along with the dev commentary, we've cleaned up a bunch of old bugs and tried to leave things in a better shape than we found them. And at least this time, we had the luxury of knowing how things turned out in the end. To listen to a commentary node, put your crosshair over the floating commentary symbol and press your use key. To stop a commentary node, put your crosshair over the rotating node and press the use key again. And please let me know what you think. You can reach me at gaben@valvesoftware.com. Thanks, and have fun.
Great, or? It's just awesome. He is an awesome guy. I mean, of course, Steam is getting a lot of money, and you have...
Welcome.
It's always my imagination that you have staff at the company that is sitting every day and just counting the zeros on your bank account that are coming, the sum is rising, the volume is rising on your bank account, but still, it's still nice to see how much money they're putting in, and he's supporting a lot of caritative organizations, so yeah.
Physics objects. It might be hard to remember it now, but back when Half-Life 2 came out, small objects in games, like these bits of trash, were usually static, as in they didn't really move, or if they did, it was in a very simple way. If you were lucky, they might break apart into some sprites if you hit them. One of the goals for this initial train station section was to really make it clear to players that these kinds of things were properly, physically, actually being simulated in Half-Life 2. They could be picked up, dropped, thrown, broken, moved by other forces, you name it. Here we're starting with just a small thing, showing that trash is being blown by the arrival of the train, or, more specifically, an invisible volume that's triggered by the player leaving the train.
Welcome to City 17.
Also this
You have chosen
videos
or
on the
been
screens,
chosen to relocate
awesome.
to one of our
Back in
finest
time.
remaining urban centers.
That's all I have left.
I thought so much of City 17 that I elected to establish my administration here in the citadel so thoughtfully provided by our benefactors. I've been proud to call City 17 my home. And so, whether you are here to stay or passing through on your way to parts unknown, welcome to City 17. It's safer here.
Great, or? The interaction between an NPC doing something and an environment object. It's like today, if you look, for example, on the Ubisoft games, like Skull and Bones or Assassin's Creed or so, And you are thinking, oh my god.
Overwatch stopped our train in the woods and
Welcome
took my
to
husband.
City 17.
How is this even possible? How is this possible for such billion-dollar companies to
I thought so much of City
produce
17
such
that I
quality of games?
establish my administration here in the citadel so thoughtfully provided by our benefactors. I've been proud to call
And
City
then you look
17
back
my
2004,
And so,
also the
whether
voice
you are
action,
here
the whole
today,
game, everything. And
passing through on your
even
way to
today,
parts unknown,
look for example on the Star Citizen project from Chris Roberts. How they are exploring new ways of game development, new boundaries that were never set before. It's like here. I remember, I told already in my German video, I remember some comments back in 2004 when Warren Spector, I believe, as lead designer of Deus Ex, was at the Electronic Arts Expo in Los Angeles, and he told when he saw the gameplay demo of Half-Life
you
2,
have chosen or been chosen
that he
to
never was
relocate to
thinking
one of our
that this is
finest
possible.
remaining
The
areas.
technical, in few years, yes, but not back in 2002, 2003, 2004.
My administration here in the citadel so thoughtfully provided
Also the
by our benefactors.
faces, the whole moving, how the NPCs are acting,
This must be a mistake. I
Whether
got a
you
whole
standard
storytelling.
relocation coupon just like everybody else.
Through on your way to parts unknown.
and even until today. Of course, it's clunky, but it's 20 years old.
About that beer I owed you. It's me, Gordon, Barney from Black Mesa.
Yeah.
Sorry for the scare. I
Half-Life
had to put
Blue
on a
Shift
show for
DLC.
the cameras. I've been working undercover with civil protection. I can't take too long or they'll get suspicious. I'm way behind on my beating quota.
Yes, Barney, what is it? I'm in the middle of a critical test.
Sorry, Doc, but look who's here.
Great Scott! Gordon Freeman! I expected more warning.
Yeah, you and me both, Doc. He was about to board the express to Nova Prospect.
Well, Barney, what do you intend?
I'm thinking.
Alex is around here somewhere. She would have a better idea how to get him here.
Oh, as long as he stays away from checkpoints, we should be okay. Listen, I gotta go, Doc. We're taking enough chances as it is.
Very well. And, Gordon, good to see you.
Okay, Gordon. You're gonna have to make your own way to Dr. Kleiner's lab. Oh, man, that's what I was afraid of. Get in here, Gordon, before you blow my cover. Pile up some stuff to get through that window and keep going till you're in the plaza. I'll meet up with you later.
Of course, the game is free available until, I believe, 20 of November this year on Steam, and you get it with Episode 1 and Episode 2. So that's why I'm not clicking on every comment, because you can try it by yourself.
Let me read the letter. Dear Dr. Freeman, why has the
Alone this action, this thing, this interaction between an NPC and a player, especially a player that is not saying any word, we are always silent, but still we
of course, still
interacting with the whole world.
basic biological impulses. With all
The Citadel.
associated hopes and
We wanted the player's first view of City 17 to highlight the Citadel and its dominance over the city, representing the Combine's complete and total power over humanity.
our benefactors
It also needed to serve as a clear goal. Even at the start, you can see where your journey ends.
kind of decision
But despite its massive size, playtesters often missed it.
ever deactivate the suppression.
A player's sense of depth and scale can be tricky on a computer monitor.
Allow me to address
If you've
the
played any games in VR, you'll likely have noticed that scale feels more natural. Anyway, in this case, the Citadel's position above the player didn't help things either, which may be because FPS games train players to focus straight ahead or down at their feet. To improve the chances of players taking in the Citadel, we added birds flying towards the structure. A subtle trick we found helps guide the player's view.
Far-reaching implications. It requires
small design choices
revision of our
that make it
imperative.
huge different.
It also requires
And Valve was always perfect. Of course, they don't redesign the wheel in a new way, but still. They have this power and this idea to put everything like a good meal, a tasty meal, put together, and it has a perfect taste. Rider.
This is how it always starts. First the building, then the whole block. They have no reason to come to our place. Don't worry, they'll find one.
They even watch down. Loading.
Materials and shaders. Half-Life 2 came out in the midst of a significant shift in 3D graphics, where the industry moved from textures to materials and shaders. In Half-Life 1, every surface had a texture, essentially an image wrapped onto the polygons of the surface. But by Half-Life 2, just 5 years later, every surface had both a material and a shader. The shader was a lump of code that customized how the surface was rendered. The material defined properties for how the surface behaved physically and how it responded to gameplay features. It also held references to textures and other parameters for the shader to use for rendering. As a result, artists and designers had much more control over how things looked and behaved. However, this came with a trade-off. Half-Life 1 could run on a computer with only a CPU, but Half-Life 2 required a GPU because the computations needed for materials and shaders were specifically designed for GPU hardware. The refracting glass door here is a clear example of a custom shader, but every surface in the scene is actually running a shader of some kind.
Missing material. Early on in developing our low-level graphics code, we realized it would be difficult to spot polygons that weren't rendering due to a missing texture. When this happened, you'd typically just see black where the polygon should be, which could easily go unnoticed in darker scenes. To catch this bug more reliably, we created an error texture that would be visually unmistakable and generated automatically whenever a texture failed to load. This gave rise to the now iconic purple and black checkerboard texture, which has since taken on a life of its own well beyond Half-Life 2.
That's true. Wait, toilet. No, we have to move on.
The raid. The section ahead, where the Metro cops raid the apartment while the player is inside, took a lot of iteration to get right. Generally, we design Half-Life to let players set their own pace, since people move through the game in a variety of ways. Some players run, ignoring anything that doesn't seem like a threat, while others methodically poke at everything. So, whenever we need to force a specific pace, it's always a challenge to ensure players perceive that pace and naturally play along. Since this is the first time we do this, we had to put in a lot of work to make it clear to the player that they needed to move quickly, and there's no time for exploration here.
Quick, keep moving, head for the roof.
We will head to the roof. Whoa.
Health and no HUD. The rooftop chase sequence posed a unique design challenge. We didn't want it to be a true gameplay obstacle, and our best case was for players to make it through on their first try. But we still wanted to create the sense of real danger, where players felt legitimately threatened if they didn't keep moving. The challenge was that without the HEV suit, players don't technically have a heads-up display or HUD, which means no way to show damage or remaining health. After some experimenting, we created a special health system for this section, using a red glow around the screen to indicate damage. Players reacted as we hoped, taking it as a sign to keep moving, and the chase unfolded as intended. To top it off, we made health regenerate quickly so the glow wouldn't linger, reinforcing to players that running was indeed the right choice, and ensuring players weren't taken down by a stray bullet at the end just because they dawdled or hesitated earlier on.
They are like stormtroopers from Star Wars. Well equipped, but yeah. Hitting. Come on, boys, we can talk. We can talk.
Over here! Ha! No, you don't! Dr. Freeman, I presume. We'd better hurry. The Combine can be slow to wake, but once they're up, you don't want to get in their way.
Alex, a wonderful character.
Dr. Kleiner said you'd
Alex.
be coming this way.
Nailing Alex's design was a big challenge. We wanted the player to both respect and care for her. Saving Eli was a key player goal midway through the game, and we knew that getting players to care about that goal would be easier if they also cared about Alex and her relationship with her father. We intentionally designed, wrote dialogue, and cast a voice actor for Alex to be savvy, capable, and relatable within the Combine-controlled world, while also making her attractive and charismatic. We aimed to avoid the objectification, exaggeration, and hypersexuality that many games of the 2000s featured, as we felt that would undermine our goals for her character.
Through here. Funny, you showing up on this day in particular.
Kleiner's Lab.
Is smooth.
Kleiner's Lab was the first piece of storytelling we worked on, and the one that took the longest to figure out. In addition to its role in launching the player into the game, it eventually became the unifying vision for the development team in terms of storytelling. As we began building our characters and narrative delivery around the player, many questions arose, all of which felt like major risks for the game. Would players be able to extract the important information from the scene? Could we get them to care about these characters? How would we support players with varying levels of investment in the story? How costly would it be to produce a scene like this? And how many more would we need? These and many more were questions we couldn't answer until we built enough of the scene and tested it with a lot of playtesters. Frustratingly, unlike many other problems we face, these weren't questions we could confidently answer until we had done significant work. We can often test gameplay ideas with low-fidelity prototypes, but if a player isn't invested in our storytelling when the characters are just gray blocks, how confident can we be that they'll care once the characters are fully realized?
Okay, this symbol always shows that it's something important, some supplies or so. I remember, 20 years ago.
Blast that little... Where did she get to? Lamar, come out of there!
Uh-oh, everything all right, Dr. Kleiner?
Oh, hello, Alex. Well, almost all right. Lamar has gotten out of her crate again. If I didn't know better, I'd suspect Barney of trapping and... My goodness. Gordon Freeman. It really is you, isn't it?
He's
I found him
following
wandering
me.
around outside. Bit of a troublemaker, isn't he?
We owe
Both
a
of
great
them.
deal to Dr. Freeman, even if trouble does tend to follow in his wake.
This room is awesome.
I must say,
full
Gordon,
of details.
you come at a very opportune time. Alex has just installed the final piece for our resurrected teleport.
I can't take any credit for the breakthrough, Doctor.
Nonsense. Your talents surpass your loveliness.
Let's just see if this thing works, okay?
Well, is he here? There you are. Man, Gordon, you stirred up the hive. We can't keep him here long, Doc. It'll jeopardize
awesome.
everything we've worked
Just
for.
awesome.
He's coming with me.
That's right, Barney. This is a red letter day.
Oh yeah, Barney
We'll
came in.
inaugurate the new teleport with a double transmission.
You mean it's working? For real this time? Because I still have nightmares about that cat.
No, there's nothing to be nervous
The cat.
about. We've made major strides since then. Major strides.
What cat?
Doc, since he's not taking the streets, you might as well get him out of his civvies.
What? Oh dear, you're
It's
right.
me.
I almost forgot. Barney, I'll give you the honor.
I've got to get back on my shift, but okay. Here we go. Ah! Damn it, get it off me!
Lamar, there you are.
I thought you got rid of that pest.
Certainly not. Never fear, Gordon. She's debeaked and completely harmless. The worst she might do is attempt to couple with your head.
Couple with your head.
Get that thing away from me!
Here, my pet. Up. No, not up there. No. Careful, Lamar. Those are quite fragile. Oh, fie. It'll be another week before I can coax her out of there.
Yeah.
Computer monitors.
Barney, you're not an animal person.
My suit.
Well, Gordon, go ahead. Slip into your suit now.
Ah, this feels nice. Like back home.
Well, Gordon, I see your HEV suit still fits you like a glove. At least the glove parts do. I've made a few modifications, but
my
I'm just
legs,
acquainted
my
with the
legs.
essentials.
And
Now,
my
let's
arms.
see. The Mark V hazardous environment suit has been redesigned for comfort and utility. Oh dear.
Doc, we don't have time for this. At least get that suit juiced up, Gordon.
Good idea. There's a charger on the wall. I've modified your suit to draw power from Combine energy outlets, which are plentiful wherever they patrol.
So we're stocking up our armor or energy. Oh, nice.
Scene interactivity. At certain points in our choreo scenes, we require the player to take action. Beyond simply giving them something to do and keeping them engaged, these moments served a few key purposes. First, they allowed the player to catch up even if they'd been distracted by something else in the environment. The scene could safely pause until the player completed the task, ensuring they were back and paying attention. At the same time, it let us position the player where we needed them, which was useful for framing the scene and making sure they saw something important. In some cases, we got double value out of these moments by using them to train the player. Here, they're learning to interact with plugs and sockets, a skill they'll need for puzzles later in the game.
That's what you said last time.
Hey, yeah, about that cat.
Initializing in 3, 2, 1. No, fiddlesticks. What now?
Doctor, the plug.
Dear me, you're right. Gordon, would you mind plugging us in? Excellent.
You gonna let Gordon throw the switch?
Gordon, go right ahead. Very good. Final sequence. Commencing.
Still red. The light is red. The light is red.
Okay.
They look like rings from Stargate. Teleporting rings.
Well, did it work?
See for yourself.
Hey, Doc.
Thank goodness. My relief is almost palpable.
Fantastic work, is it?
Well, I can't take all the credit. Dr. Freeman proved an able assistant.
Let's go ahead and bring Gordon through now.
Right you are. Speak to you again in a few moments.
Good job, Gordon. Throwing that switch and all. I can see your MIT education really pays for itself.
All right, Barney. Your turn.
Gee, thanks.
Gordon, as soon as you're in position, we'll send you to Eli's.
And not a moment too soon.
The light is still red. I have some concerns.
Excellent. Initializing in 3, 2, 1. Barney, if you'd be so kind.
Good luck out there, Gordon.
Yes, indeed.
Hi, my
We're
friend.
ready to project you, Gordon. Bon voyage, and best of luck in your future endeavors. Final sequence. What the hell? What is it? It's your head, the freaking head hopper. Marc, Eddie, no!
Lamar, stay still. Hello?
Stay put. We'll get you out of there.
Something's sliding away.
What's the meaning of this? Who are you? How did you get in here?
I'm getting him out of there. It will heal you apart.
Just lost Gordon. What's going on?
I wish I knew. I'm encountering unexpected interference. Don't worry, Gordon.
There he is. Sing it again.
All but certainly.
Hello, sir.
Gordon Freeman.
Oh, we are drowning.
He didn't come through.
Then where is he?
Behind you. Shut it down. Shut it down.
Gordon, you must get out of here. Run! Get down out of sight. I'll come find you.
Okay, I'm famous now. And I have to go away. So, before they blend us. So, until now, this is our way. We will play more of Half-Life 2, of course, but on Exocron Raw, our uncut channel. And thanks for watching. It is an amazing story, amazing game. Still one of the very best games ever made. And the Orange Box, the physical copy of this game, together with Portal and Team Fortress 2, it's still, I believe, one of the most sold physical games ever. So it was a milestone, it is a milestone, and it will contain a milestone, and it will be interesting to see what they will make with Half-Life 3. It will be very interesting. So yeah, I hope you had some fun, some nostalgia, because it's an important piece of software for us as gamers, for the gaming industry, for the IT industry. It changed so much, so many things. Cloud gaming, it was the beginning. Okay, so until next time, on this channel or one of our other channels, Exocron Raw, the Uncut channel, Exocron Into Space, the Space channel, or Exocron Main, the German language, main German language channel. So see you around. Thanks for watching. As always, your Exocron. Bye. Out. Enough pictures. You have to pay.